Bienvenido, BIGJAY, escape a República Dominicana. Hasta pronto, papi.
Big J, take one.
This is Big J Escape to the Dominican Republic. I am joined by the one and only Travel Shortcuts. Peace, respect, and manners, King.
Definitely. Thanks for having me here, Jay.
No problem, man. Me and Travel was meant to buck up quite a while ago, but we got drinking, partying. He went off and done his thing. I went off and done my thing. We linked up again. You know what I mean? We didn't even talk about interview or anything, you know what I mean? We again drinking, partying, doing our thing. So yeah, finally here, I finally caught up with him. I was meant to catch up with him actually quite some time ago, but like I said, he escaped to
Colombia.
You was in Colombia,
Oh,
and
yeah.
plus you was in the capital as well, wasn't
Yeah,
you?
Santo
for a while?
Domingo.
So, and we kind of like missed each other literally because I've been up and down doing my thing. So anyway, we're here, man. So listen, man, Travel, like I said, man, it's blessings to be in your presence, brother, and at last catch up with you interview-wise, you know what I mean?
Interview-wise.
So how's everything been? How long you been out here? Actually, tell you what, let's start off with your channel.
Right.
Why did you start a YouTube channel?
Well, first of all, I'll take off the Ayamara sunglasses, you know. Big up Ayamara, jeez. Why did I start my channel? Well, Big J, honestly, part of it is because of you guys, you know.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't know you when I first started traveling,
Right.
but I was just like a guy in London,
Yeah.
you know, at home, looking at the internet, YouTube,
Okay.
and I just seen fellow travelers, you know, specifically in Thailand and the Philippines,
Okay.
and they're all traveling, expanding the horizon. I was just like, wow, I was very intrigued by that.
Yeah.
And it
So
made,
you wasn't traveling beforehand, like
not full time.
not full time. Okay.
It was just
okay.
more, well, hardly, I guess.
Right.
But it was just more of a escapism, you know,
Okay.
escape from your boring life back home. And it was just me, kind of my curiosity, and then just seeing people traveling, especially people of color,
Right, okay.
people that look like us, because usually it's just all white people traveling,
Yeah,
predominantly
yeah,
Caucasians. So it gave me a little bit of inspiration to say, okay, let me see what's on the other side, I guess. And at the same time, I was already recording and taking pictures when I was traveling, partially. So it just made sense, kind of documenting my experiences and sharing it with others.
Okay. So you just decided just to start a YouTube channel and just basically sharing experience.
There you go.
Okay. Was any part of you was like to promote traveling as well? Like, you know, hey, you gotta get your passport and start. And what was the seed of it? Obviously, did you wake up one morning and say, right, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, or was it just you got so inspired by traveling that you just wanted to just share it with everybody else?
I guess it was like the domino effect, because I'll be going to like Greece and
Okay.
little countries like that, European city breaks,
Okay.
you know, for the weekends and stuff. And then people always told me, oh, how was this country? How are the people towards black people, and
Right.
how did they
Okay.
treat us, and all of these things. So it just made sense documenting it
Okay.
and putting it out there for the masses so they can gain a perspective. And also, I didn't like the stereotypes of, for example, I went to Romania with my brother. We went for
Okay.
New Year's. We had a great time.
Right.
And then everyone straight away tells us, oh, Romanians, why are you going there for?
is it safe
Romania,
for black people?
it's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
They're racist. They don't like. And I was
You
like,
wanted to kill that whole myth.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
There you go. Exactly
Yeah.
that. So you know, it's all about not saying that things don't occur and incidents happen don't happen, but I wanted to experience for myself and also say that, hey, the world is kind of different. You know, don't just believe the naysayers and take things for face value, but actually go the experiences and make up your own assumptions with these places. So that kind of motivated me more. And I guess it was a domino effect. I had so many experiences I was occurring that just pushed me towards, hey, you know what? Document your experiences, put it out there and share it with others. Because I also wanted to encourage people, specifically people of color, to go out there and not let the fear factor or the scaremongering prevent them, like you said, stop them from traveling, but actually go to experience yourself and broaden your horizon.
So what countries have you been to?
Bloody hell. I've been to Romania.
Okay.
I've been to Poland.
Wow.
I've been to Korea. I was to Korea.
Wow.
Japan. Well, I used to live in Japan for 2 years teaching English.
Okay.
So I first kind of got started into traveling. Philippines, Thailand. I've been to Germany. I've been to Czech Republic, Slovakia.
Wow.
Obviously now we're in the Dominican Republic, Colombia. I've been to Angola.
Okay.
You know, that's I'm part of my family from Angola, so I've been to Africa, Angola. Just a bunch of countries, just being here and there. Croatia.
You well travelled, man.
Croatia, well travelled, unfortunately.
So why Dominican? So we're here in the Dominican Republic. What is it that drew you to Dominican Republic? What was it? Because you're here, you've been here for quite some time. What is it? Why did you need to come to the Dominican? Why the Dominican? You could have gone anywhere else in the world. Why Dominican Republic? Why did that come up on your map?
Just now, I just finished my sentence, but saying, unfortunately. And it's, I feel that it's very unfortunate because I woke up late.
No, you didn't, brother. I disagree with you, but go ahead.
Well, just like, hear me out. Like, with me, it's like, now that I know the truth, I've seen so many countries that I was once scared of not going and venturing off that. I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? And
as in traveling or coming to the Dominican Republic?
Traveling and experiencing.
Okay.
So Dominican Republic is just one of these places. Obviously, I have partial Portuguese in my family, my background. So it makes sense.
You speak the language as well, don't you?
Yeah. Portuguese, Spanish.
It used
to be one country, it's kind of similar language. So I've always been intrigued to Colombia, Latin America, but of course it's always been, it's dangerous. You have to be careful to travel to these places. And I've always wanted to, but I've been scared slightly. Again, it's all about...
But specifically, why the Dominican Republic? Why here?
Right. So with me, I've been scared, but ever since I branched off to Poland, which everyone said, why are you going there? They're racist, it's violent. I said, hey, these places ain't actually that bad, or it shouldn't be trying to be fixated in the bias, but actually go out there and venture off. So I started going on YouTube, and I saw YouTubers like yourself, Big J. I'm not gonna lie to you, you're a big inspiration because I was in the UK. I've only known more Europe and Southeast Asia. I never knew about the Latin community. So seeing other YouTubers like yourself, kind of solidifying that, hey, I'm here, I'm great. You know, go out here. You know, you can do it too. I'm here, you can do it too. Especially a British person. I think you're the only British YouTuber that I saw at the time that was out here promoting to travel. I mean, look at your travel. BIGJAY'S escape to the Dominican Republic said it all. You hit the nail on the head there. Whereas before it was just all Americans, as opposed to someone that I can identify with, you know, someone within my community, fellow Londoner, you know, also happens to be also black like myself. So that's the person actually, you and other guys, you know, obviously like the Taylor Mays, Mr. Flip, all of these guys, even Mercer, all of these guys, they push me to say, hey, you can go out there, you can open your eyes to a new perspective of life. So just you guys actually.
How has Dominican Republic treated you since you've been here? I mean, how has it treated you? How has the country treated you?
It's been overwhelming. Overwhelming here. I mean,
as in, do you elaborate
just
on
everything.
that?
It's just you compare yourself. For me, I just look at it like a paradox. I've just been in the UK, London all my life, worked hard. You know, they tell you go to school, do well in school. You can go to university, do well at university, you can get a good job, do good at your job, you can get a lovely girl that you can become your wife, and then you just have that nuclear family, that traditional family that they push throughout in the media. However, when you go to the Dominican Republic, you have a different perspective of life.
Yes, you do.
You know, you have they have a different culture, different morale, you know, different people, different etiquettes. And then with me, just coming here, just meeting the people, very, very welcoming. You know, Big J, being a fellow Londoner. In London, it's very individualism. Everyone
you say hello to someone in the morning.
There you
it's
go.
Like,
whoops.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Everyone's in their own world. And I guess I spoke to some American guys, and they could also relate, you know, especially people from New York and etc. So the Dominican Republic are very warming, very welcoming, and they're very patient, because sometimes we have to understand we're in their country, but they still try and make the effort to speak English, you know.
So how long have you been doing YouTube for, you said?
I've been doing it for, I believe, just over a year now.
Okay, so you're new to the whole YouTube world and everything. How have you found it so far?
Well, it's had its challenges. It's been great, but it's had its challenges. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you really have to be thick-skinned. Because you're gonna have, I guess, trolls. You're gonna see some dislikes, some cheeky comments.
How have you handled it?
With a pinch of salt.
Okay.
You know, it's
You've never got upset. You've never got in your feelings.
Of course,
you know. Did you expect it when you came to the game? Did you expect it?
I expected it, but when you see it right in your face, and
right, it's a different.
You know, I have
story
family, and I got my little sister
yeah.
ringing me like, "Oh, what's this comment I read about you?"
Right.
You know, and it's just like you're a big bro,
Right,
and you know.
yeah.
So it does get to you, but at the same time, you have to understand, like, hey,
handle
this is people behind a computer
Okay,
screen. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, as long as it doesn't have to affect your day. You know, you don't have to get bothered by this. You know, it's part of the territory. You know.
So you're from northwest London,
Northwest London, yes.
Not far from me, but far but not far.
Exactly.
How is it growing up in London?
London, I have to use a word from the streets. You know, it's kind of slang. It can be sticky. It was very sticky. Sticky in terms of, you know, things can change real quick depending on a possible left turn or right turn that you can take. I say that as in general, you know, you're walking down the street, you turn one corner, you're in a bad neighborhood, and I also say in life, you know, you can easily go through a wrong path real quick because of your environment. Unfortunately, we're not from we're not from a family with a silver spoon. We weren't given nothing. We had to fight for what we have. But at the same time, you know, these are people that you grew up with that can be in a wrong.
Do you think
side.
Do you think that also contributed to you traveling as well, because of the environment that we come from? Like I said, it does get sticky. It does get a bit crazy sometimes, and maybe the traveling helped to stay away from that crap. Did that help also you traveling as well, or?
Very much so,
Yeah.
because we weren't exposed to this. Like me being like, I remember in school, like secondary school, I'll come back to school like after the holidays in September, you know, start of the new term, and everyone, all my white friends are like, oh yeah, I went to Cyprus, I went to Spain. Black people weren't traveling in them times there. No way. The most we'll get is going to my cousin's house for a few days. You know, so now we're in a situation where we're really blessed now. This is probably the best time to travel because you've got low budget airlines, you've got Ryanair, the American community, you've got Spirit Airlines, there's low budget travel now, you've got city breaks, you've got hostels, you've got low budget hotels. You know, there's no excuse now. So when you start traveling now, you open your eyes, you're like, wow, this is what they've been keeping us away. You know, you have your interpretations of how certain countries will treat us, or people that resemble yourself, and then you go there and you're like, wow, they're so friendly, they're very welcoming, and it becomes like this big secret that everyone's kept from us.
So you've been on YouTube, like you said, just a bit over a year.
Yes.
Obviously we've spoken on the phone and stuff like that. So when you first came into the game of YouTube, and you know, you were doing your thing, and obviously you've seen it transcend a little bit into all this beef online. How does that make you feel as a YouTuber, knowing that it's no longer about the information no more to make everybody's holiday right? It's all about beefing, arguing, putting up people's old criminal records and making stories up. Like, where's the information? How does that make you feel, knowing that you're reading off information, but it's more highlighted on the beef and people want to know just all of this crap? How does that make you feel?
I'm glad you pointed that out, because a lot of people don't talk about this. Everyone just kind of laughs it off. I mean, at first, it's you know, we all like a bit of banter, you know, a bit of jokes here and there, but then after a while, the information gets lost.
It does.
You know, it's like I believe the Americans came up with a phrase. We're trying to escape the matrix.
Yeah.
We're trying to escape the biases and the misconceptions and the lies and the propaganda being fed back home, and yet we're trying to talk about traveling, broadening our horizon, entering the unknown, and yet we're kind of still bringing back our old tendencies of the negative personas and the energies, and and unfortunately the information gets lost. The information that we're trying to encourage others to travel, share our experiences, and it's disappointing, I guess, especially within the black travel community. And I say the black not because I'm advocating solely on black travel, but this is a community that motivated me to travel. Because like I said, all the white people were traveling since my early childhood, and then me being motivated to travel was through seeing someone that resembled myself. So it is very disappointing seeing all the negativity, and unfortunately the negativity, it goes beyond a bit of banter and jokes, and unfortunately it just has this toxic energy that unfortunately brushes away the information that's the key and important, that can empower others to travel.
So what part are you gonna do to make that change? So is there anything you're going to do, or is it something that you don't want to do? Is something that you just don't want to be involved in? Or I mean, what can you make a slight change? Do you want to make a change? Do you want it to stop, or you just want no involvement? You're just going to keep your mouth shut and just keep on doing what travel does?
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, we live in a society where we have freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And it's not an utopia society where everything's perfect and dandy.
No, it's
so
not.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have trolls, whether you like it or not. It's gonna exist. So I just try and keep away from the troll, because I personally had a troll myself. I'm not gonna give him clout, but he knows who he is, and he made a video about me and trolling me and making up all these lies. And at first it bothered me, and I tried to retaliate with this troll. But then at the same time, there's a very important quote I always remember. I forgot the guy that stated it, but he basically said, "Never argue with stupid people. They will bring you back down to their level, and they'll beat you for experience." You know, it's the end game. They're trying to pull you back.
Run that back.
Never argue with stupid people. They will bring you back down to their level, and they'll beat you for experience. You know, you will never win with these people. You know, so they're trying to propel you and bring you back to where you're coming from. They don't want you to go forward. And when you try and engage in the madness, you know, engage in the in the anarchy, you know, it's a losing game. So with me, I just try to avoid that, but at the same time, I just try to promote positivity. When I have a negative comment before, I used to kind of be in an endless battle replying to these trolls, whereas now I just either delete the comment, or I just say, you know what, thank you for your opinion, but thanks for watching the video anyway. And that's how it is. We just have to be a bit mature about it. Obviously, we're human. We're sensitive in our own right, but at the same time, you know, try and keep away from the negativity. And if you can, just try and be positive and smile at the haters. You know, they hate it. You know, and if anything, they help your channel, because they give you views. Because they're still checking out your comment, even though they have some negative things to say. They're still checking you out, and they're still promoting you and still helping you indirectly. So avoid the toxic energy, but at the same time, smile at them and say thank you.
Good advice. This is your first time to the Dominican Republic, right?
First time in the Dominican
And you've been
Republic.
there for a couple of months.
I have, like, coming up to 3 months.
Wow. How are you finding it so far, being here? Like, how do you find it so far? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is it somewhere that you'll visit again? Is it somewhere that you see yourself living?
You know what? It's a blessing and a curse. Because it's been great, overwhelming, like I said before, you know, new experiences every day. But at the same time, the plan was for me to travel to different countries. And I've been here for like 3 months, coming up to 3 months. And I've only been to 2 places around here, which is Colombia and the Dominican Republic. I'm supposed to go different places, even with the COVID. But I've just been so infatuated and enjoying my time here that I've just been stuck here, purposely. So again, it's a blessing and a curse, because it's too good. Wow. I don't want to go back. My parents are calling me, hey son, what's going on? COVID here, knock knock, who's there? Come back.
Very interesting.
But you know, I'm having a time. I'm playing spin the bottle by myself here.
Wow.
You know, and it gets better and better each day.
Do you think this is somewhere where you can live?
100%. Come on, I got the Hawaiian top right here. Can't you see that?
So how do you feel about, so, you know, as a Londoner, you come here, you know, you see a lot of American and Canadian and people from Europe, but you don't see black brothers from London. There's hardly any. What advice would you give to the brothers back home in London? What advice would you give in terms of coming to the Dominican Republic? What would you say to them?
I will say, and I think people, my fellow Londoners, especially from the roadside, the neighborhoods, the ghettos will come relate this time. I will say the roads stretches further than the postcodes. Because these guys, they're fixated to their little small neighborhoods that you can't even pinpoint on a map. And I'll say the grass is greener on the other side, and I've seen it. You know, some of these guys, they think this is the only way out. They just have to represent their area code or their postcode or their neighborhood or their city. But they don't know that London's a small island.
It is.
Tiny island. You know, the world is massive. And sometimes they can be in a predicament where they think this is it. And they need to make a good situation out of a bad situation. And sometimes you have to let that go and move on. You know, sometimes you have to close some doors to open new doors. And a lot of people don't realize that, you know.
So let's talk about the women of Dominican Republic.
Oh my brother, you're gonna get me in trouble, aren't you?
Let's talk about the women.
Watching.
No, we ain't gonna, you know what I mean, go into any madness.
Right.
Let's talk about their beauty. Let's talk about
Murder,
how
She Wrote.
you can come over here and find a beautiful woman, you know. Let's talk about the women of Dominican Republic.
I'm gonna be frank with you, you know. From London, being from
London. Go on. Drop
and
your
I think
sign.
I've already told you this earlier on. Being from London, I don't know what it is with the social media era. You need a suit and tie. You need a CV, aka job resume, to just get a woman's attention nowadays. You know, it's like a job interview sometimes. You know, you have to do backflips, some roly-polies. You know, you have to dance like Trey Songz. You have to do all this maneuvers and practically be a part of gladiators. You know, so many obstacles. Whereas here in the Dominican Republic, you have beautiful. Not that I'm a thirsty cookie monster.
Don't need to be a thirsty
But
cookie
this
monster
is what I'm
over here.
saying. You have beautiful, respectful, stunning, natural. And I say natural. I'm not talking about Krusty the Clown makeup. You know, I'm not
Talk to
talking.
them.
None
Talk
of
to
that.
them.
I'm
Talk
talking
to them.
about natural beauty. You know, early morning, splash water on their face, and they're stunning. And they will approach you with a smile, with a hello, and they're very warm and friendly. And I've noticed that. You know, regardless if you want to possibly look at them as someone that can be a girlfriend or future wife or what sort, but just having
Are they? Because
people,
there's rumors. You know, you hear the horror stories, guys getting used. But are there good women in Dominican Republic that man can get with?
very much so. And sometimes not all good women can be confused with women that have, I guess, have priorities or have responsibilities that will I guess lead them to astray in terms of being in a predicament where they have to do whatever to facilitate and provide for their child or family.
Yeah.
And as famous quote I love, the ends will justify the means. They have to do what they can to make sure that their family or child's correct and right, and they have to do what is possible to facilitate that. And a lot of men, they come here and they confuse that. They just think that, oh, she's being nice to me and she has to act like this, she has to act like that. But hey, you have to look at their circumstances and respect it. You don't have to accept it, but you have to respect it. And a lot of men don't respect it and they just make assumptions. But if you're coming here and you want a good girl, you want a good person, you know, a soul partner. Not a shoulder to cry on, but a soul partner. Someone that's genuine. You can find one definitely here. Whether it's whatever you want, whether it's a friend.
So if a guy
whatever.
meets a girl right now,
Yes, sir.
I ask everybody this: if a girl meets a girl right now, a guy meets a girl right now, and on the internet, and they're talking, and let's say maybe after one day, the girl says to the guy, "Oh, she needs some money. Oh, she needs this for that. What should a guy do?" Just your opinion. I always ask people their opinion. Should this guy
It's just the
send...
first time he's meeting.
The first time he's got her
time.
number offline, and a week later she's asking that she needs money because her mum's sick. She needs this, she needs that. Basically, she's asking a guy to send like $120, basically. Should that guy do it?
I will ask one question and I will say, why can you ask someone else first?
Right.
If she has a baby father, for example, I'll say, okay, where's your baby father? Can you try and ask him first? Or if there's like a brother, I'll ask them.
Right.
Can you try and ask your family members? And I'll see her reaction. Because I'll see her reaction. If she reacts a bit hesitant or a bit aggressive, or cut it away.
Yeah.
I personally will just end that right now.
Just end it.
I personally will end it.
End it.
If I had to advise someone, because someone, they generally might just like them a lot. I would say, okay, but at least ask if someone else can help her instead of you. Because she hardly knows you.
Would you? That's what I was gonna say. Would you encourage that guy to send the money, or would you encourage that guy to say to that guy, "Don't even send"?
I would say leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Right?
Leave it alone.
As in avoid it
And
totally.
leave
Just cut it off.
Red flag, you know. There you go. Red rainbow, if you want to be specific.
Right, okay.
However, if you really, really want to insist, then just ask
other
her,
ways
where's
and
the
means,
baby
yeah,
father?
right,
Where's
right,
the brother?
okay,
Where's the
right,
sister?
right.
Where's the family member that can assist?
Right. How do you feel about guys sending money back to these women? How, when you hear these stories, how does that make you? Do you want to talk to the brother? Do you want to sort of like, just put him to one side and have a one-to-one talk with him? How does that make you feel when you hear these brothers getting duped?
It's
Because let's face it, it does happen. It does. It happens a lot.
it's terrible. I feel for them because when I used to live in Thailand teaching English, I met a lot of guys that good hard-working blokes, worked hard all their life, had the pension money, met a lovely, stunning Thai woman. She convinced him to go to Thailand, build a massive home for her and her family in the village, signed the deed to them because the foreigners can't own land there, majority. So everything's
They can't
in her
own
name.
land?
No, not the majority. They can't own more than 51%, I believe. So they'll never own the majority. Or even, I think it's the 51. It might be even worse. But last time I was there, and they have to put it in the wife's name. But she's like, oh, don't worry, I'm with you. I love you. Tell you what you want to hear. Sign everything, and then gone. And I've met these guys, in bars, in restaurants, and they're drowning their sorrows. And they don't know me, but they're opening up to me. You can see tears. It hurts when you see tears in a grown man's eyes, and I've seen it. And I'm not saying this is generally the norm, or this is what happens all the time, but through my personal experiences, don't do it. Better to be safe than sorry.
So you've been what other place? So okay, well that's some good advice. So I hope people are listening to that because it's very important. And I'll say the same thing. If you do meet, there's loads of beautiful women here, tons of their life. You can be walking down the road and you'll see beautiful by mistake. Lovely. And they're lovely women, and I can see why some of these women will entice these guys, and these guys will get smitten
very
by
much
because it's easily done.
So
effect. I agree. If you do meet a beautiful woman and she is asking you for money in the first week, $100, $120, don't send it. You don't know her. Don't send it. Get to know her. I'm not saying get to know her and send it, but get to know her. The subject of sosua gets brought up a lot. There's a lot of people that are upset about sosua, the way that it's running now. This is your first trip, so you didn't see what sosua was like.
Right.
You've been to sosua. You know what happens in sosua, stays in sosua.
Las Vegas.
The eyes that now, obviously, I've seen sosua in different lenses.
Right.
I've seen sosua in different lenses. I mean, I was there when the whole street was flooded, and I mean, talk about the whole street was flooded with mangoes, and it was just crazy. It was crazy. Right. Going in there, you going to sosua and experience. We know what you saw.
Right.
What did you think when you got there? When you first saw sosua, what did you think?
A tropical paradise.
Okay.
It's utopia. Everything, all your fantasy, all your wonders is there right in front of you.
Right.
But it's funny because, again, even though we're in Central America, I've been to the Thailands, the Philippines, so I've saw the exact thing. It's basically a place where they just show you what you want to see. But then after a while, as you stay, the longer you stay, the more you get closer and closer to the real sosua, and you realize it's all a facade.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that. I said a long time ago that sosua is the Matrix. It's not real. It's not real Dominican women. Dominican women don't act like
exactly.
that.
Can I elaborate and give you a story?
Yeah, go ahead,
example.
bro. No, go ahead, bro.
I was in a bar. It's called Copacabana.
I know Copacabana. Yeah.
Lovely place.
It's a lovely place. I agree.
There you go, mate.
It's a lovely place.
I'm having my cheeky beer, my cheeky President Eli.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there's a working girl there.
Right.
Don't have to elaborate. Working girl.
Yeah.
And she comes up to me, hey, how are you? You know, you look great, all of that. Like I said, they tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm respectful. I'm like, okay, I understand.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
you don't have to accept it, but be respectful.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm saying, okay, I'm just having my drink. She's like, okay, cool. Can you buy me a drink, please? I would like a drink. And I was like, you know what? I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
She spoke to me respectfully. No
You
problem.
buy her a drink, yeah.
Or a
She spoke to you
drink,
with
no
respect,
problem.
yeah.
Don't take nothing out of my pocket.
Yeah.
And then she felt obligated to sit with me still. And I'm already having a lovely chinwag, aka conversation with my colleague, a great guy I met here. So I'm telling her, look, you don't have to sit next to me. It's fine.
Yeah,
you
can go.
You know,
Yeah,
it's no you know. I said, oh, okay, cool, thank you. I believe it was the next day. I was again same place. I'm a regular. I like my spots. Copacabana, having my drink, cheeky drink, Presidente Light. And she comes up to me again. Hey, how you doing? I'm okay. And she's like, can you buy me a drink again? And I'm like, oh, look, I already bought you a drink. Just though her face
Changed.
Woo!
Just was like, boom.
It's like Medusa.
God, yeah,
Stars in your
yeah.
eyes. You go in one door, you come out totally different. Remember that show in London? Mate, completely different. And like I said, and this is what I told you. When you want to send a woman money, just ask her a question. What happened to your baby father? What happened to your family? And just see her reaction. If you want to insist, see. And her reaction is just, and she just, her face changed, dropped, started screwing her face, you know, had this vicious face on, spoke to me in bad Spanish. I didn't want to repeat the word, and she just stormed out. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, lovely.
Just didn't care for anything.
You know, and this is what I meant. It's like, tropical paradise, don't get me wrong, great experiences. You meet some cool guys from all over the world and stuff, but, you know, you can easily be infatuated with the facade, with the mirage, and it's not genuine. And that place does not reflect the Dominican Republic as a whole. And a lot of people...
So where would you say, if the London man them listening now, or the American man?
Yes, sir.
Where would you say to go to? If obviously, we're not saying don't go and visit Sosua, by all means, go and visit there, because obviously get the experience as well. You know, go there, have a little butchers. But where else would you say to visit around the island?
If you want me to be honest, I would say start with the capital. Can't go wrong with the capital, Santo Domingo.
I hate the capital, but go ahead.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I would say just start with the capital, because even though I prefer Puerto Plata myself, you know, they've got lovely beach here, more laid back, cheaper. But the capital is so big and there's so much options. And you got, like, if you want the beach, they got Boca Chica right there. If you want the city life, you're right there in the biggest city. There's more stores.
Boca Chica's calm, but I don't like it.
I'm just saying, like, and I say the capital because if
that's your opinion. Yeah.
If you don't like the capital, guess what? You can get on Caribbean tours.
And
you can go to a different city,
Santiago.
That's like 2 hours away. You got La Vega, like an hour and a bit. You got Puerto Plata, like 3 hours
San
and a
Francisco.
bit. So you got a choice. You got different opportunities, different places to venture off. But in my opinion, I should start off the capital, and flights. I don't know for America, but in England, flights are way cheaper in Santo Domingo. So arrive in the capital, even if you want to.
The only thing though, you might have to go via Spain and go via America, because there's no direct flights from London to Santo Domingo or Santiago. They're only doing direct. Yeah, you know that one. Don Julio done something, bro. Don Julio was something.
Go on the Google searches.
It's something, bro. The cheap food's there cheap as well. You're going Jumbo, bro. Jumbo's teeth.
Greedy sods.
Jumbo's teeth. Jumbo's like shopping in fucking Marks and Spencer's, bro. Yeah. Trust me. Jumbo, nah, man.
Or Waitrose, one of them.
Or Waitrose, for real. Don't go Jumbo, bro. Jumbo, they're all shotting peanut butter for £3.50, bro. Like, nah, man. I'm used to my £1 fucking peanut butter, bro. Trust me, like,
But that's the thing. It's been a supermarket lifestyle, you know, and it's just bringing a party back home, you know.